Hey all, this is Neil and welcome back to the Career Stock channel. Today we are going to talk about something that every modern Scrum Master simply must understand. Not just ceremonies, not just Jira, not just sprint planning, but CI/CD Jenkins. Yes, the tools that drive real deliveries behind the scenes. If you are a Scrum Master in 2025, then this video is for you. Let's be honest, most Scrum Masters are great at running daily stand ups, keeping board clean, coordinating with POs, facilitating retrospectives. But when a build fails, or when deployment is stuck, or when testing breaks, many Scrum Masters feel helpless. They just wait for the team to fix things. And that's exactly where the gap is. Because in today's world, DevOps is everywhere, automation is everywhere, releases happens frequently, problems come from pipelines, not meetings. Scrum Masters who understand the technical flow, even at a high level, will stand out instantly. You don't need to code, you don't need to become a developer, but you do need to understand what's happening behind the curtains. And that starts with CI/CD. In today's sessions, we are diving into one of the most important tools in modern agile and DevOps world, Jenkins and CI/CD pipeline. Come on, let's dive in. As a Scrum Master, understanding this will completely change how you view delivery flow, quality, and predictability. The Scrum Master's tech stack. These days, Scrum Masters are expected to understand not just agile ceremonies, but also how teams actually deliver software. And knowing CI/CD and Jenkins will definitely help you support your team better, identify risks early, and engage meaningfully with developers, QA, and DevOps. This is now part of the modern Scrum Master toolkit. We need to understand the tools which improves the delivery predictability and which helps the Scrum Master track the risks and quality flow, and it enables better collaboration with developers, QA, and DevOps. Now let's see what is CI/CD and Jenkins. Let me quickly mention what CI/CD actually means. CI stands for continuous integration and CD stands for continuous delivery. It automates everything from code commit to deployment. Jenkins is the tool that powers this entire automation. And today we will walk through it in simple and very practical ways. CI/CD automates the journey from developer writing code to that of code being tested, packaged, and deployed. This removes manual steps, reduces errors, and makes the release process faster and more reliable. Jenkins plays a major role here by building, testing, and deploying the code automatically. Let's understand what is CI/CD and why Scrum Masters care for this. Let me break down this CI/CD into two parts. Like I said, CI stands for continuous integration and CD stands for continuous deployment. Now, every merge triggers automatic build and testing. This catches defects early. Continuous delivery means once the code passes all checks, it's always in a ready to deploy state. This supports the Scrum pillar of transparency, inspection, and adoption. Team targets faster feedback, which leads to better sprints. So, if you have developed the code and if you are committed to it, if there is any issue with this, and if you are triggering a CI/CD pipeline, then instantly it will fail the build, and you will let know that you can inform your team that the build has failed and we are supposed to take a look at it and start working. So we are receiving the feedback early here. Let's see what is Jenkins is all about now. Jenkins is basically an automation server. Whenever a developer commits code, Jenkins automatically picks it up and runs a pipeline. Build the code, test it, and scan for quality, like I mentioned. And then it packages it and then deploys it. It allows you to integrate the different type of tools. GitHub, Jira, SonarCube, Docker, and many more tools. And we all are aware about these tools and what is the purpose of them. Correct. So for Scrum Master, Jenkins gives real-time visibility into delivery health. Let me explain it in very detailed way. Like I said, it's an automation server. It executes the automated tasks like building, running tests, and scanning for issues, and even deploying your applications. Let's think of it like an engine that keeps your delivery pipeline running very smoothly. Speaking of pipelines, Jenkins work with what we all call as job, which are divided into two different stages now. These stages go like this: build, test, package, and deploy. Each stage ensures that your code is moving through the right process before it reaches to the production. Jenkins also incredibly flexible because it integrates various tools. Now let's see the Jenkins pipelines and its concepts. A pipeline is basically a sequence of automated stages: BTPD, build, test, package, and deploy. The pipeline is defined using a Jenkins file, which sits inside the code repository. It contains instructions for every step Jenkins should perform. Jenkins runs these steps on agents or nodes, which are worker machines, and plugs in, extends the Jenkins further by adding integrations with dozens of various tools, which we discussed. Now let's see the metrics for the Scrum Masters. So what all are the key metrics for a Scrum Master when we are working on CI/CD pipeline? Here are the most important ones: build success rate, build duration, falling test count, and deployment frequency and environment stability. Tracking these will help you identify the quality issues, bottlenecks, and trends that impact sprint delivery. This metrics will help you forecast sprint delivery. It builds the frequent fail, the sprint is at risk. If build duration is too long, developers will lose the productivity. If deployment frequency is low, and what will happen, it will lead the time increases. Scrum Master should bring these insights into stand-ups and retrospectives. Now let's see the build status monitoring. You can monitor build status through the Jenkins dashboard, Blue Ocean View, or Build Monitor screens. Most teams integrate Jenkins with Slack or Jira, so they get immediate notifications when build fails. This visibility will help you raise the risks early and keep the team focused. Now let's take a look at the Jenkins CLI and REST APIs. Jenkins also provides REST API and command line interfaces. This allows DevOps team to automate Jenkins itself, fetch build information, trigger the jobs, or even to list the jobs that are running. You may not use this directly as a Scrum Master, but knowing they exist will help you understand how deeper automation will work. Now let me take you to some of the automation Jenkins terms which are very commonly used. We have Jenkins dashboard. This is your main control center, I must say, where you can see all jobs, pipelines, and their status. Think of it as the cockpit of your Jenkins environment. And a job. A job or project is basically a task Jenkins runs, like building code, running tests, and deploying the applications. When multiple steps are combined, we call it as a pipeline. Yes, and usually flows through different type of stages. Like we have already come across of all these words: build, test, package, and deploy. Each stage ensures your code passes certain checks before moving forward. Now, Jenkins doesn't work alone. It runs job on different machines called nodes or agents, all coordinated by the main master server. And every job starts somewhere. That's the build trigger, which could be a code commit, a scheduler, or even a manual initiation. While a job is running, Jenkins stores all the temporary files in a workspace, and the final outputs like binaries or deployable packages are called as artifacts. Understanding these basics will help you see how Jenkins orchestrates automation from start to finish. Now let's see the Scrum workflow. This is the full workflow where a developer is committing the code. Jenkins automatically triggers the pipeline. It builds and tests the applications, and it checks the code quality, and then it deploys the in different environments, stage and then prod. And then it sends feedback to the Slack or Jira. As a Scrum Master, you monitor this flow for failures or bottlenecks and ensure issues are raised immediately. Now, what all are the actions that the Scrum Master will have? So, basically, as a Scrum Master, during the CI/CD pipeline, our key responsibilities will be to check the pipeline health daily, discuss repeated failures in the stand-ups, and bring the environment issues to the team's attention. Ensure the definition of done includes your CI/CD checks. It's very important factor. And collaborate with DevOps to resolve the bottlenecks. Then encourage the automation improvements across the teams. Now let's see what is the conclusion now. Now I believe by the end of this video you might have understood what exactly CI/CD is and how Jenkins is helping us to build this CI/CD pipeline. So to conclude, let me just explain it in a short manner where you can understand it in a quick recap. Jenkins is a crucial part of modern agile delivery. It provides transparency, quality checks, and predictable delivery flow. Your next steps as a Scrum Master is to observe your team's Jenkins pipelines, learn build patterns, and use these insights during the ceremonies. So please stay tuned to the career talks. We will be discussing more about the other tools in the next videos. We will explore the GitHub Actions, a modern cloud native CI/CD tool that teams are adopting now very fastly. And thank you for watching. Let's continue for learning and growing together. Thank you.